Hello, everybody. My name is Red Stoned, and welcome back to episode 4 of the Let's Play. You may notice the bridge looks slightly different. Last episode, I said there was a few things that I was going to do in between to get us ready for what I wanted to do this episode. And this was just a little side bit that I decided to do, a little decorative bit to make the area look nicer. I went through here next to our bridge and put these leaves down. I think that looks pretty nice. And then I kept it going as a path to each of our areas. I expanded the farm like I said I was going to, but like I said, nothing crazy. Just plop down some carrots. Been going through and collecting them. And I also planted down the melon seeds that we got out of the mine shaft. Because melons are just nice. Oh, pretend like that didn't happen. Because melons are just nice to have. They'll be good for trading and for whenever I decide to go to make a larger farm for them later down the road. I also finished the sugarcane farm, like I said I was going to do. I fully wrapped it around and did deep slate for the slabs in the middle here. And it does what I want it to do. It shrouds where the iron farm entrance is, which has been working beautifully, by the way. Oh, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Had to clear my throat. Yeah, it's been working beautifully, by the way. We have 2 stacks and 61 and 21 down here. So yeah, it's been doing great. Continued it over here to the nether portal, which I also made last episode. Still pretty happy with the design of this. I definitely like that it looks like the mountain is starting to kind of grow onto it. I need to spruce it up a little bit, but it's okay for now. Something else that I did was I cleared out the raised dirt that was right here. I don't know if y'all remember that or not, and got rid of a majority of the sand and gravel. There's a few bits here and there that I missed, and tried to replace it with dirt. What I want to do this episode is build a villager breeder and kind of set up a cow farm in this area here. I kind of want to have it connecting to the back of my house and then going around and then coming back over this way and coming out and then coming back over and connecting to my house. I know that's a large area for cows, but I'll end up dividing it at some point and probably putting sheep and maybe pigs in there as well. I'll have something separate for chickens that'll be kind of like a chicken auto cooker. Over here in the stone mountain that I've been abusing, I decided to make a mine. So this was something else that I did. I didn't do any actual strip mining, but it does go all the way down. And I'll take the time to show you really quick, even though you didn't ask me to. I'm sure you wanted to see it, to see the bottom of it. At a certain point, I stopped right here, and I just needed a few more blocks of deep slate to finish the sugarcane farm, which was the whole reason that I actually started digging this tunnel, is because I was too lazy to run and find just like a natural cave and was like, I think I'll just start digging down into the side of the mountain. I want this to eventually become a mine shaft that I heavily use in this world. I'm going to decorate it at some point. I want it to be kind of logs going up and then maybe a few block gaps and then more logs and then sink it back by 2 blocks with a little bit of a design. And then on one side, I want a minecart system that goes all the way up and fully sorts any blocks that I may end up happening to mine down there. I won't make you watch me come back up. So I'm back over here by the house. I'm going to grab a few materials and then head over there towards the village and show you guys what else I may have done. I made that sound like I did a bunch of work over there. It really wasn't anything. It was just kind of the way I found the villagers. I thought it was pretty funny. Okay, so story time with Matt. Here's how it happened. Came over here to the village, expecting everything to be normal, was looking for them, because I kept hearing them, so I knew they were in the area still and that they all hadn't died off, but I just couldn't figure out where they were, right? So, I decided, okay, I'll take advantage of free cam this one time, and let me see if I can figure out where they are. Because you can hear them, right? Like they're somewhere around here, right? So I pop into free cam, I'm wiggling through the houses, making sure I'm not missing anything. And then I come down here to this beautifully cut off little hole that's just put in the ground. You notice them there. And the water stream that I've blocked off now had them pushed into the corner. So they were like completely out of my sight. And I was like, oh, well, I got to do something about this. And there's quite a few of them down here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 of them down here. So that's super nice for right off the bat. Of course, I only need 2 of them for the farm, but it'll be nice to have those other ones already. So here's how I want to do it. The opening isn't too big right here, so I kind of want to like finish walling it off right here. Maybe do something that looks nice, right? And then I'm thinking after that, I want to do it down there. I want to have the centralized point of the farm kind of right here so I can see down above it. And I'm going to use glass blocks to build up the walls. And then I want the chamber to kind of go that way. And then I might have it come up to where it ends up right here. So then where we're collecting the villagers is on this plateau area, which I think would be pretty nice. I'd have to get rid of the well, but that's totally okay. So let me actually run back to the house really quick and grab some dirt, because that's one thing that I forgot. I always forget something. And then I'll be right back over here with you guys when we'll start clearing out an area down there. It's always something. I'll never go a build and not forget something. I always do like a little checklist like, oh, I have this and oh, I have that, blah, blah, blah. But then I still always forget something. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Sleeping bag time. Oh, yeah. Sleeping bag. Decided I'm going to get rid of this first, and then I'm going to go down into the hole. Layer by layer, brick by brick, I tear ye down. Dirt, 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 dirt. Gobble, 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 gobble. Bam, bam, bam. Uh-huh. So the well is gone now. Let's just pop over into the way I've been getting up and down is this set of vines right here. You used to not be able to walk up to vines and just straight up climb them. So this is a wonderful thing that I don't know when they added this into the game, but this is awesome right here. Yes, that's great. Swim my way up and down. So I'm gonna find where I think in with my eyeballs is a central point right here, which seems here. Yep, is that correct? Okay, that feels good to me. And I'll place this down. And then you just want to do the typical hoe pattern around it. So 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna have to, of course, break some blocks. So let me do that. Me hoeing the ground as if I was ready to actually start like doing something. I'm a silly goose. I'm gonna end up abducting their cat at some point. I'm liking that little guy. He's on the cuter side. That's adorable. I love cats. I'm a big cat person. 2, 3, 4. This is coming along nicely. Of course, it's just breaking blocks to place down dirt. But what can you go wrong there? All right, now I have the area cleared out and the dirt placed. And let me actually go one more block around. I want to be able to view into it with the glass that I place, even though I'm going to be able to see above it. It'll just look nice for whenever we come down here. So one full block. I don't want to break. Okay, cool beans. So it's not gonna break the block underneath the rail that's placed right there. I have a rail placed right there so that in case any zombies did fall down the hole, that they wouldn't be able to get to the zombies, or mostly just the baby villagers or baby zombies. Normal heighted zombies wouldn't be able to get past it anyways. I'm gonna break my vines, but that's okay because we'll end up getting up through water sources. So the way that I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna just build a square around it. Oh, wrong tool. I'm gonna build a square around it, and then I'm gonna go that way. That way I can come up over here where this was. And I'll, of course, show you guys how I'm doing it along the way. This is completely off the top of my head. I just happen to remember how to build one. So I'll try to share it with you as much as I can, because there won't be a tutorial for it like the iron farm. So now that you have your plot hoed, you can use any block choice. I'm just going to do glass, because like I said, I want to be able to see inside the farm. You want to do a 2-high wall all the way around the dirt. On whichever side you're wanting the villagers to leave out on, you can leave a block gap lined up with the water. Nice, nice. So we're going to come back over here to this side where we have that 1 block gap at. I'm going to clear out a little bit of an area because we're going to need somewhere that we can place down our beds. We need something for when the 2 villagers that are going to be in there breed. They'll have somewhere for the baby villager to go. He'll want to go towards the beds, and he'll just naturally run this way, but we'll place down some trapdoors that'll drop him into a water supply, so he won't be able to actually get to the beds. And if it makes it a little bit easier for everybody, before you place down your beds, you can come on the inside of the farm right here, and you just want to break these 2 blocks. You're going to take some trapdoors, and then facing against it, you want to go... Oh, I'm not going to be able to do it. So go 1, 2, and then on this one, right here. Actually, nope. Ignore me. You're going to want to place a block and then trapdoor. Okay, hold on. Ignore me again. Place 2 blocks. Trapdoor, and then that way it's closed here, and then these 2... Perfect. Okay, ignore everything that I said the first time and do it that way. Anyways, that blunder out of the way. Now that you do have your hole placed and your trapdoors, you want to take your beds, and with the pillow side facing, which is always super important with doing villager stuff for some reason, you want to place it like that, to where the bed portion of it is right there, and then go 1, 2, and do a 3rd bed right there. And then you can wall this in as well if you'd like. I decided that I wanted it 2 blocks around because 1 block just felt very cluttered. Sleeping bag time. Such a convenient add-on, like, so wonderful. Taking out some blocks because I want it to be a 2-wide gap. Okay, so I got all the blocks taken out that I wanted removed, and yeah. Next step is I like to come on the inside, which I'm going to avoid breaking my glass by doing that. And then you want to go down 2 here. Right. And then you're going to take some water, and you can place it there. And you want to go forward. You can go forward 8 blocks if you want, but it's not necessary. I'm just going to go forward far enough to where I'm underneath the spot I want to be at, which is conveniently right here. But I'm going to go a little bit further back, so I'm behind the wall. So 1, 2. Oh, perfect. Okay, so it's going to end right here anyways. So then what you're doing, since it's ending right there, is you'll take a sign, and I'm actually going to come 1 block forward. And you'll place it there. You want to place your sign at the bottom right here. And then you want to place another one right there, adjacent to it. And then give me 1 second. I'm going to go and grab another water bucket. Okay, got that other bucket. We're just going to make an infinite source right here. Okay. Come down here. Place that back. And give me one more second. I'm going to start tunneling up towards the surface. Alright, I have dug the hole up to the surface. Now I just have to fill it up with water blocks. Correction, I'm not doing a bubble column elevator, so you don't need to do water blocks. You can just come to the very top up here and place down a water source. Note to self, you probably want to leave a little way for the villagers to be able to get in. I have a significant amount of more glass than I thought I was going to have. So I'm just going to go ahead and break those four so I can swiggle some villagers in here. But once you get everything done, you can take some carrots. It has to be carrots. Villagers won't breed with potatoes. They won't breed with wheat. It has to be bred in the circumstance of wheat. So go through your farm and just plant down a bunch of carrots. Carrot, 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 carrot. Alright, last 9. Oh, 10. And then take a composter, and then kind of at an angle here, you want to plop that over the water source. And then you can use whatever block you want. You can use a slab, a piece of glowstone to light up the entire area. I just use torches. I'm going to actually put a log on top and strip it because I just like the way it looks. I am back up on the surface, and this is where I'm going to build my holding chamber. So I'm going to grab another bucket of water. Oh, it's almost sleeping bag time. It's sunset right now. And this specific corner right here, you want to fill it in. 2, 3. And then it doesn't matter how you do it from this point. I'm going to have mine elongated because I just want them to get pushed this way. You want to drag it out and then block it off. And in this corner right here, you're going to want to end up putting a slab right there. So give me 2 seconds to get one of those. But first, sleeping bag time. Okie dokie, I have some slabs. I'm just going to place one right there. And then I'm going to continue my 2-high wall around it. Over here on this side where the slab is, you want to leave this corner empty. And then you're going to take a shovel and you want to come in an L shape. So you're going to break this one, this one, this one, and this one. In the future, but not right now, there will eventually be a dispenser right here, and that dispenser will shoot out minecarts. The minecarts will go through a track, it'll pick them up, and it'll just take them to a villager transformation chamber? No? I'm trying to think of what the name of the word is there. You know, the thing, whenever a zombie turns a villager, and then you turn them back into a villager. You know what I'm saying. I think using the blocks from the well, we're gonna wall this off here. So I'm gonna get some variety going through here. Right, right, and let's come over here. Oh yeah, how do we feel about that? Okay, I don't like that it's floating right there in that corner. We'll fix that. But other than that, how do we feel about that? That's not bad for being walled off, right? And then up there, I'll just place some torches. The wall isn't meant to be a legitimate way to keep anything out from down there. It's just meant to be something that looks like it's like holding back the forces of these waters from rushing in on top of them. Super lovely that a village is already basically lit up. That's quite convenient. Okie dokie. Now we're back down here where the villagers are. I just need to take a boat and manage to get 2 of them in here, which I'm not seeing is going to be the worst thing in the world. Make sure those trapdoors are set up properly. I think what I'm going to do is make it to where they can only come in here and then just have some glass ready. So hopefully I can get 2 of them right off the bat. No fuss, no nothing. Okay. Well, that was all I needed. That was all I needed to happen. These guys will be staying here for future notice. I don't need them right now, so I'll just hang on to them until I do. Alrighty. And with this trapdoor flopped down so that they can't run towards the beds once it turns nighttime, because then they'll fall into the water stream and they'll float up, which I made out of glass. Not often we'll see them go up that way, but it'll be pretty nifty if we're ever down here and we happen to do see them go up. And I'm not going to actually probably be able to catch them doing it. Actually, I have plenty of carrots to get the cycle started on my own. So let me just go ahead and dump all of those in there. And let's see if we can see it happen. It'll give a good demonstration of how the farm works. And then after this, I'm going to go and try and wrangle up some cows so we can start on that cow farm, because I definitely want to have that done. Leather production for books for the next episode. Maybe we'll get some enchanting done, who knows. Oh, I think it's about to finally happen. He just threw carrots at him. The hearts. And one of you should pop a baby out. So I might actually need to clear all of the blocks that are above the farm, because there is a thing to where if there's not a clear surface above their heads, they won't. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to clear out the blocks above their head. They are not wanting to do what I need them to do. So I'm just clearing out this chunk above their heads. If I can avoid going to the surface, I will, because I kind of liked the fact that it was underground. And I've seen plenty of people do villager breeders underground, so I don't exactly know what's happening. Sleeping bag time. Oh, they're looking in each other's eyes, very loving-like. Maybe they're going to exchange some carrots? Perhaps? Maybe? Yeah, I think unfortunately I'm going to have to get rid of the rest of the blocks that are covering over their head before they start to do anything, because it shouldn't be carrots. They only need 12 carrots in one of their inventories before they can actively start breeding, and they definitely have 4 stacks at this point, so I'm thinking it's these blocks. Yeah, see, hold on, there's hearts. This is seeming promising. See, they were standing in the spot where there's open blocks, so I do need to get rid of these. And then he immediately went for that bed and then fell into the water stream. He will come here. He'll get stuck. When he turns into an adult, he'll naturally swim up the water stream, and then he'll get pushed this way. Actually, I forgot to put water there. He'll get pushed this way once you put water there. Clearing away dirt. Clearing away dirt. So my villager breeder will work. Doody doo doo da doo 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 day. These should be the final few. Nice. Now we should have no issues with this thing working. Well, now that we've come this far, I guess I'm going to use the remainder of what glass I have to try to see if I can just cover this hole up. And I think that'll look nice, since we had to abort mission on it having a natural enclosement. Oh yeah, I think I'm already kind of liking that. Just being able to walk above them feels pretty cool, and there's a good distance between them. And I'm feeling like over there, I'll make a ladder to get down so I have easier access, even though all the villagers will be coming up here. Last 2 blocks. Okay, so I'm definitely thinking this looks pretty nice. I'm gonna get rid of the way that I was climbing up before. Yeah, there we go. That was gonna bother me. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. Let me clean it up a little bit more and I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, I went and crafted 12 ladders, and Hopefully that'll be enough. I did not mean to do that, but let's just pretend like I did. So I'll break this cobblestone right here. Let me grab some granite. I'm gonna go like this. Yeah, I have plenty. And just enough to get out of the hole like that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm loving everything about this. I actually want those blocks. I don't want to give them a way out. Give me a second and let me get that dirt. Oh, look at that, guys. We have 2 of them down here now. See, this is gonna work like a charm. This is wonderful. I'm gonna head back over to the base, sort my inventory really quick, and then start looking for some cows. Regular bedtime. Okay, so what I'm thinking the plan is, I'm gonna take some cobblestone. I'm gonna turn it into wall. Then I'm gonna take some logs and some slabs. And I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna start in the corner, and then every once in a while, we'll do something like that. And I do need to make sure that I'm replacing the torches. How do I want to do it? I guess I'll just do it right there. And then we'll keep dragging this along a few more blocks. Yeah, that's where I'm going to have another log. Nope, don't want one there. And we'll keep connecting it this way. Yeah, we'll break the bushes, because I'm going to end up having it separated off. Okay, and then I think I'm going to start wrapping back that way. Perfect. What do we think of that? This is where our cows are going to go. Let me grab a fence gate. I did a little bit of chest organization as well. I moved tools, cobblestone and deep slate, junk, wood, which is convenient. I like having everything separated. Food that's actually edible, plants, and mob drops. So yeah, I also finally named Chad. He has been named. So now I'll never forget that this is good old Chad. One fence gate. Just plop it down right there. And there is 2 cows that are over at the village. I'm going to actually go and take those and then see if I can find some more. If not, then we'll just start with those 2. Our 2 victims that are coming back with me. And I will do a little bit of running around to see if I can find some more cows. If not, I'm okay with these 2 right here. I'm trying to see if leading them and persuading them with wheat is going to make them come faster. And it seems like it's kind of actually working. Okie dokie. We are almost back to the base with them. And I'm also going to have to make a little path over to the entrance right here. And I'll show you guys kind of how I did that with the leaves whenever I'm doing it. Nice. Now we have 2 cows inside of our cow pen. That's awesome. See a little visual looky on that. Nice, nice. I'm happy with that. So just real quickly, it doesn't have to take me too much time. I went and grabbed some leaves out of my house. So what I'm going to end up doing is pathing the way I want to go first. Because if you'll notice, there's this meticulous gap in between each. And the way you do it is super particular. You have to figure out, so if you notice it didn't go the right way, so I have to be facing this way on the block for it to begin, but then I don't want it there because I don't want it touching. So then you have to kind of come on this side. It's tedious, sort of, but once you get it going, it's really not that bad. And then over here shouldn't be too terrible. It should just be walking forward and then turning and then doing the same thing. The only incident is when you accidentally place too many, it breaks the whole thing. But I think that looks quite nice and it adds some aesthetic. So then if we go up and look, leading from the outro dock, we have a little leaf path kind of going to where our farm is. And then we have another leaf path going over here to the sugarcane chest. And then it continues. It goes over to our nether portal. And then now we have one that's leading over to our cow farm. So I think that looks nice. And we'll end up having some more paths going to other areas. I think in next episode, I like the way it cascades down right here. If I put a water source block right here or even higher, it'll make a really nice looking waterfall coming down. So I think I kind of want to do something right here and make it look like a pretty fishing spot, I guess you could say. Even though we have the dock, I think it would be kind of cool to have something over here that looks nice as well. So just doing a little bit of running around here, looking for cows. And the mini-map showed me that there was 3 over here. So I'm going to come in. Actually, there's technically 4 over here, but I'm not going to go to... Oh. The lead broke. Come on, you. Gotta remember my method of having the wheat out so they'll kind of follow me as I'm pulling them. This is funny looking. Bum bum ba da da. Bum bum ba da da. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And then we just do a little bit of this. A little bit of breeding action. Nice, nice. Nice. Cow farm established. Sleep. A little bit of sugarcane harvesting. It ended up being a lot of sugarcane once I actually got it all planted. I've only harvested it, this would be the 2nd time, and I don't think I'll need to harvest it again for a little while. It's giving me quite a bit of sugarcane. Collecting it is satisfying though. I like the sound it makes whenever you pick up blocks. So let's see what we got here. Let's check on the iron farm. See what we got going on. It works almost too well. And in the video, he said that every once in a while you're gonna have to climb up and click the trap door. You totally don't, because the iron golem will come through here, drop by, hit that pressure plate, and flip this up just long enough for them to get into the bed. So I'm not gonna need to actually add any complicated redstone to this, which it isn't complicated, but the way I would have had to have fit it in there would have been a little bit on the weird side. Let's turn these into iron blocks. That's just crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 full stacks and 29. That's pretty productive, you know what I mean? Considering it's just been really running while I've been doing episodes, and slightly in between whenever I did that, put this down and dug that hole. That's an impressive amount of iron to be getting from that little thing. Well, this is working nicely. So those 2 guys grew up, and like I said, they went up that water source. They came over this way, and now they're in the corner where that minecart system will pick them up when I eventually put it in place. And if I check really quick, if I can, oh, I'll just do it here. They're both still at full health, so they didn't take any damage coming up that water stream, which is really nice. Oh, they just popped out another one. There he goes. Well, this is nifty. This is underneath one of those, the plots. And these blocks are just floating. Wonder if I can update them. Huh. I'm gonna leave this like that. This is nice. Let's see if we can breed these guys one more time. We can. Nice. This little area will be cram-packed before you know it. It'll look like a slaughterhouse in here, which will be nice because we need lots of leather. Alrighty, everybody. We are over here on the outro dock. I think that's going to have to do it for this episode. The villager breeder and the cow farm were definitely nice additions to the world. I'm glad I got to put those down. And I want to thank you guys so much for all of the feedback and likes that I've been getting on the video. It's super appreciative, and it's definitely keeping me inspired to want to keep putting the videos out. Well, I hope all of you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.